Hey everybody, welcome into Northern Life. We're excited to spend this Thursday with you all. So I was telling these two the other night, I went to the Proctor Hermantown game over in Proctor.
Oh yeah.
And I was explaining, they're playing hockey, and Hunter goes, how old were the kids? I'm like, high school age.
It's not a sport game, Hunter. That could be fun too.
That'd be a lot of fun. That maybe you're going to see, I don't know, some younger kids see what they're,
the future of Hermantown hockey.
The future, exactly. There's a big hockey story in Hermantown. You can see the next Blake, what's his name? Biondi, thank you. I mean, oh my gosh, Blake Biondi. You can see the next Blake Biondi coming.
I'm actually just a regional scout, and I just go to a bunch of youth games.
That kid's amazing.
Someone has to do it.
Someone has to do it.
Exactly.
Going to be future Bulldogs out there. Yes, it was a varsity level game, so high schoolers. Yeah, but Hermantown won in overtime. But shout out to Proctor's goalie, dude. He saved like 40-some shots. He was having an absolutely beautiful night. But Hermantown came out with the 2-1 win. Hey, coming up on today's show, we came across so many uplifting stories out of Wisconsin that we just had to share with you all, including a courthouse dog here whose entire job is to comfort people.
Oh, that's
what a sweet buddy. Then after that, we have to say a quick thank you to one of our viewers out there, and we'll explain why a little bit later on. Speaking of our viewers, though, let's start with a Facebook message we received from Janet, who, after hearing Hunter say he's never heard of someone named Bear, she told us my great-grandson is named Bear. Come on,
I
Hunter.
apologize for offending you, Janet, but that's a sweet name. I'm going to name my firstborn Bear because
you heard it here first.
It's official. It's going to be official. That's a sweet name, Bear. I've never heard many actual humans named Bear before.
I have a friend with the last name of Bear, which is a cool last name.
That is a cool last name.
It is, and they, get called Bear a lot as just like a nickname.
Yeah,
so
I like that.
Almost as cool as Half, Half's a pretty cool last name.
It's up there. Bear and Half. They're right next to
you
each
could be
other.
Half Bear.
There we go. I was going to say, never got ridiculed as a kid for that last name. So I think we all strive to be good people, turning to a different subject
for the most part.
But we want to make sure that we are. So I came across this BuzzFeed article online that described the 19 things that are super disrespectful but ridiculously common out in the world. So I won't go through all 19, but I picked some of them who were the most prominent. So one of them, getting rid of your stuff on the wrong shelf at the grocery store when you're too lazy to go back to the original spot to put it in.
Like you're like, I don't want these chips anymore, so you just put them back in a random spot?
You put them by the tires,
I've been by the tires. I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of it. It's right in front of me where I just took it from, and then I don't remember where it went. Like I can't find where I put it back, so I just set it back next to the other things, I don't know. It's not a good thing.
By the other matching products you can't find?
right next door to it, so I don't know.
It's harder to hide a whole case of plastic water bottles. That'd be harder to hide on a shelf. Another one is people who trash fitting rooms. So if you leave your clothes and you don't hang up your clothes again on the fitting rooms, or don't even put it back on the hanger, that's a no-no. That's disrespectful.
I know a lot of times when you go to the store, the very nice workers are like, well, just leave your stuff in the fitting room. But leaving it just on the floor, I don't think they mean that. At least hanging it back up or something.
Fold it, hang it, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, be a good person. Does this one go out to our station? People who don't clean up after themselves in the break room.
There's been several emails. About the break room not being clean.
Are you guilty of contributing?
I've got my water bottles, I've got my chips downstairs. I rarely go into the break room.
Would you like to confess now, Hunter?
No, I'm good.
You're on Northern Life.
Life is good. I am not the culprit.
And then the final one, people who just stop walking in the middle of a busy place. Oh my gosh. Especially, Briggs, do you have something to say about
this? I don't know why Seth pulled up his camera. I feel the same. I don't like when people do that. I'm not guilty of it. I hope.
Seth is accusing Briggs of being the culprit of that one.
So many space cadets not aware of their surroundings, what's going on around them. We got to keep with the motion of the traffic,
And speaking of motion, I don't like when people stop walking on those moving sidewalks.
Yeah, at the airport.
Although I think that's kind of, the point of it is that you can stop walking, but I appreciate or I know there's like a walk side and like a standing side.
But those are
just
thin.
Don't stand and block the entire, route.
Yeah.
I like to ride. I stand on the thing and just let it take me.
I'm there for the ride.
I'm like, this is the future. This is great.
This is how every sidewalk should be.
Maybe someday. Well, if your kids love watching YouTube, they may consider their favorite stars to be their friends. Media psychologist Pamela Rutledge told Yahoo Life that just like grown-ups, kids are capable of forming one-sided parasocial attachments in which they feel close to someone they've never actually met. As for what you should do as a parent, as long as your child is also able to relate to people in their actual life too, enjoying a parasocial relationship doesn't seem to be too harmful. I think there's a lot of influencers out there that I feel personally connected to, actually.
Yeah.
Like people I follow, one girl, she puts out these awesome recipes and shares, a little bit about her life out there too. I feel like I know her. I've never met her once.
Yeah.
Although she lives in the Twin Cities. I saw her out and about one time and I was like, oh, it's
That's
so-and-so.
cool.
And then I was like, wait, I forget. She does not actually know who I am.
Not know me.
Do you think that happens about us? Like people watching this show thinking that we're their close friends or something like that? I hope that's the
Yeah.
case.
I hope so.
But if I don't know if you guys have had this experience, but like going out in public once in a while and someone looks at you and you can tell that they're thinking and they know who you are, and then they finally put it together that, oh, I don't actually know you, but sometimes they'll come up and talk to you, and it's the sweetest thing. I love it so much. But it's interesting being out in public and having people know who you are before you know who they are. You know?
Yeah.
I thought you were just saying in general. It's interesting to be. Sometimes it
also
is
true.
interesting to be out in public. But funny enough too, when we upload our videos to YouTube, our Northern Life videos, which you should go subscribe. We're almost hitting 100 subscribers on our
my
channel,
gosh.
by the way. I know. How about that? But I do have to click a thing that says, "Is this good for children, or should this not be aimed at children?" So I have to hit the no. This is not aimed at children.
Don't watch children. There's a lot of
Especially if
children
your name
friendly.
is Bear. I might be making fun of you.
My apologies to Bear out there.
We should go see if Bear is subscribed. Hit that button. Hit the button.
Yes, there we go. We'll take everybody.
We sure will.
Oh.
I love the name Bear, by the way.
Yes.
Very
Great name,
cool.
great name.
Coming up, complete strangers are sending their love to a Wisconsin couple who's celebrating decades of marriage.
Welcome back, everyone. So during the break, to Seth was talking about, Seth has a dog named Barry, and he's like, I like the name Barry for a dog. And Hunter says, that's a terrible name.
I said, that's a great name for a human, but a bad name for a dog.
Very critical.
Right? I'm sorry. I thought you knew that Barry's a sweet dog there, Seth.
He is.
Yes.
Can't wait for Hunter's first kid, see what the name is. Before we share some of our favorite stories from Wisconsin, let's get to some reaction from you all out at home regarding the stories we've shared earlier this week. So our first one is from Nancy, who said, Hunter, don't feel bad about hitting the cone during that driving exam. My first test, I went down a one-way street the wrong way.
No!
I do see that in Duluth sometimes. You go in Duluth, has like a 1st through 3rd street. They got the one ways each way. 1st street no longer, but 2nd and 3rd.
It's confusing.
You see people drive down the wrong way and you go, please, I hope no car's coming from the other side.
Laying on the horn.
Yeah.
Please no, please
Yeah.
Turn around, please. You're going the wrong way.
How do they know where we're going?
Yeah, right.
Our next comment is from Cheryl, who said, never had a corn dog in my long life, and she probably never will either. That's interesting.
That's her peanut butter and jelly sandwich right there.
That's true. I've never had that, and Cheryl's never had a corn dog.
Stick to your guns there, Cheryl.
What do you-
corn dog guns.
What do you think it'll ever take for you to have a PB&J?
I don't know. I need at least a new fun fact first before I can eat a PB&J, because that's my one fun fact about myself, and people are always astonished by it, so I would need something equally as impressive, I think, before I just go willy-nilly eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Willy-nilly.
Yeah.
What if we raised a sum of money for like a charity or something?
Whoa.
Like we set a
that
goal.
I could do. That I could do.
Set a goal for like $10,000, and then if we reach the goal, you eat some peanut butter.
Whatever we do, we're not allowing Hunter to be in charge of that money. After your 4 payments of $19.99 for our
We'd have it in a
mugs,
second. We would have that money in a second.
I will be in charge.
That's probably
Or
smart.
leave it to executive producer Ben.
I would eat a PB&J for charity. We can talk about that. That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Okay.
Got it on the record. And adding on to that, we got an email from Larry in Michigan who told us there is only one favorite food in the UP. It's not a wet burrito, it's a pasty.
Oh.
So they also said it's a different world down there in lower Michigan.
They kind of lump those two together. They're almost like two different states, I would think.
I never thought about that. Does the UP just not like lower Michigan?
Maybe that's
I'm
a thing.
assuming they feel very separate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
they're
imagine.
Big body of water.
Large bridge.
connected by a bridge. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Interesting.
I had my first pasty this year, actually.
In Grand Rapids?
In Grand Rapids.
With
How was
Dan
it?
Wolf?
With Dan Wolf, yeah.
That's cool.
A viewer so kindly gave us these pasties, and they were delicious.
Good.
I loved it. Reminded me of like a pot pie, like a chicken pot pie, but,
Yeah.
but honestly better.
Is it just a Midwest thing? Is it just a Midwest thing
Probably.
that have pasties? Is that a thing?
I think so. I've never seen it anywhere else.
We'll have to have a battle between Grand Rapids pasties and UP pasties. See who makes the best one.
I'm down for that. That sounds really cool to me. As long as we get food out of the deal, let's do it. I'm in.
And 10 grand for charity.
Yeah, there we go. Those are 3 stipulations.
Well, let's get to those Wisconsin stories we keep talking about. The figure skating club in Chippewa Valley just performed in a showcase raising money for a program that offers temporary housing for those who need it. The club has done this now for more than 20 years, and the money raised is going to help the Hope Village program with their plans to build 28 units of affordable housing.
Nice.
Gosh, what a great
Good on them.
cause.
Good on them.
And look at how adorable those children are.
Better skaters than me already.
Oh, and we got a cowboy routine there. That looks fun.
How about that?
I smell a blindfold shoe
Hey, in Blue River, Wisconsin, a 91-year-old husband and wife duo recently received 200 cards from well-wishers across the country. Seth, we're on to the next video.
Oh,
Seth! Sorry, I didn't mean to roast you there. But Dick and Betty Grant,
thinking about his dog. There they are.
they got married 71 years ago. And Betty's daughter actually sent out a call for cards to help celebrate all those years. And they ended up getting way more than expected. All the way from Tennessee to Washington, people sent in cards. And as for the secret to 71 years of marriage, Betty said, it's all about respecting each other.
Aw, that's a good piece of advice right there.
Yeah.
For a second, I also thought that they too were figure skaters. I'm like, where are they on the ice? That's so cool.
They don't look 91 years old.
They're pretty spry.
They look very young. And, before we get to our next story quickly, too, I just wanted to say a big congrats again to my friends Mac and Grace, who got married on New Year's Eve down in St. Paul. We're wishing them decades, maybe 7 decades of love and happiness going forward.
Respect each other, you two.
Yeah. What does the Capri Sun say? They respect the pouch?
Oh,
too?
yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah. That's a long time ago. But yeah, beautiful time. So love you both.
Beautiful wedding, too,
Yeah.
it looks. So out in Waukesha County, a friendly staff member is becoming a favorite coworker at their county courthouse. This right here is Pepper, a canine victim assistance specialist who gets to meet and help all sorts of people. Pepper is always ready to offer her love and affection, and over, clients say they couldn't have made it to court without Pepper's support. That's cool. Wow. Also, the cost of Pepper's care comes completely from donations and grants.
Nice.
That's amazing. So I wonder what Pepper is responsible for then. She gets to meet with the folks in court and make them feel a little more comfortable?
Yeah, I bet it's a scary thing going to court for whatever reasons that you're in there for, and it's nice to, relieve some of that stress with a dog.
Sounds like they needed another dog named Salt to go along with Pepper.
Right.
That'd be
Aw.
super cute. Hey, still ahead, we have a thank you for one of our viewers, and there's a not-so-sweet lawsuit against Hershey's. During the commercial break, too. Welcome back. We were talking about today's show might be an indicator that we might need to take some time to wait till go to an hour-long show.
Need a little practice.
We're still learning a little bit.
Got some things to learn. It's only been about 4 or so months. Hey, we've said goodbye to the year 2023, but we've been informed that the Duluth Reader magazine has opened voting for their Best of the Northland 2023, and guess what? Someone has nominated us for Best Local TV Program. So thank you to the person who entered our name, and it looks like if you want to get out there and vote, we won't force you to do it, but it will close on January 31st, and then you can also vote for things like best food, services around town, and other media programs, and also the worst in the Northland.
Are we on that list?
I didn't check. Hopefully nobody enters our name now.
Yeah, don't do that, please.
Please.
Yes.
But I wasn't sure it was on the worst of the Northland. I didn't click on that tab, but if you're so inclined, as you're voting for us,
There
check
we
it
go.
out. Yeah.
Vote early, vote often, as they say.
As they say.
Oh boy. Well, if you're looking for new love in the new year, a new survey from Bank of America is describing the biggest red flags when looking for a romantic partner. The survey found the top red flag for people that they look for is someone who is not paying their bills on time or in full. That does sound like a red flag. Yeah, and that's probably not good. Another
Walked away in the video.
That was great.
Another red flag is not having a budget or an emergency fund. Okay, people are definitely worried about the finances, it seems. Money experts say financial red flags can get in the way of building a strong relationship. So communication is very key. And if you're not sure what to do, you should seek help from a financial advisor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or you date somebody who's like that, and we call them like a wild card. You never know what's going to happen with them. Makes your relationship a little bit more interesting.
Well, that was not what I was expecting you were going to say.
What? Wait, who's a wild card? The person that with financial issues?
With financial issues. You never know, are they going to go broke? Are they going to get arrested for tax fraud or something like that?
So it keeps it interesting? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it keeps things spicy.
Have you been in these types of relationships?
Exclusively. Just kidding.
Wow.
I think Hunter might be the wild card.
You think I'm the wild card?
I think he might be.
Please, somebody date me.
Based on his water bottle purchases. Financially, I'm not sure.
Apparently, I'm not good with the finance. Fiscally irresponsible.
Next time we see a past due letter that arrives here at the KBJR's television station, we'll know who it belongs
Pass
to.
it down to the weather department. Yeah. I'll be right downstairs.
Adam Lord says, this doesn't belong to me. Well, we've heard of baseless lawsuits before, but Florida is facing a faceless lawsuit. Cynthia Kelly has filed a class action suit against Hershey's, accusing the chocolate giant of false advertising. So Kelly was upset when the Reese's peanut butter pumpkin she purchased didn't look like the outside of the wrapper, as you can tell, because the wrapper has the face on it, and the one she opened doesn't have a face on it. So she believes Hershey has been misleading customers with their faceless chocolate
Did it say how much she's suing for?
I do not. I can't remember. I should have looked for that detail.
On what accord? Like, what is her damages?
Accusing them of false advertising.
We talked about it on KQ, the KQ Morning Show a couple days ago. It's $5 million she's looking for.
Jeez.
$5 million for that baseless claim.
Well, maybe I'll go pick up one of these chocolates, and maybe I'm also upset.
Wait a minute. It's supposed to have a face.
It's like
Is it actually supposed to have a face, or did hers was just a hers one-off, no face?
No, they did. None of them have faces. I don't think.
None of them do.
None of them have faces. I don't think.
So it's gonna get changed. Advertisement's probably gonna get changed.
That's true. All because they're getting sued.
Wow.
Someone's getting paid, maybe. Coming up, we'll talk about tomorrow's show and our final football picks of the year.
Welcome back, folks. Adding on to the pumpkin thing that we were just talking about earlier. Briggs, what did you just say before we came back from break?
Maybe the intention is it's a plain pumpkin with no face because they want you to carve the face like on an actual pumpkin.
Exactly.
That should be Hershey's defense.
You gotta put it under a microscope for a scope. Okay, I gotta get the eyes. I can't even carve a real pumpkin, and the pumpkin's huge.
Yeah. Get a little toothpick or something like that.
Yeah, a toothpick would probably work great.
Not a bad idea.
You should be on a Hershey's legal team.
Hey, thoughts?
Reach out, Hershey's. I have no qualifications.
Mr. Hershey himself. Send us an email.
Hunter definitely should.
Wonka,
Hunter definitely shouldn't be in their finance department. We know that.
No.
Sure.
I'm giving them the $5 million if that's true. But coming up tomorrow here on Northern Life, we'll see where we sit in our Northern Life football picks ahead of the final games of the regular season. This is the final week, isn't it?
I believe so.
5 games,
Week
regular
18.
season,
Do we pick in the playoffs? Is that a thing if we have playoff games?
Oh, I think we'll declare a regular season winner, and then let's talk about playoffs for
We can at least
other
pick the
teams.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, we'll pick the Super Bowl later too.
There we go. That's a good point.
I mean, I can't believe we're already at the end of the NFL season. Seems like it just started.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Well, basically, so our show started in September. Yeah, started the season. It's been about 4 months. So crazy how time flies. Thank you for being here on this journey.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Find some time to throw a line, or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern